Good evening. Welcome back to another episode of Grey Man Profits for the Advanced Learners, and today is the first episode in how to utilize treasury bonds. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So, to utilize treasury bonds, you first have to understand what actually is a treasury bond and how do they work. Well, a treasury bond is it's a contract basically. So it's a contract of value that you've given to either a bank or the Federal Reserve of your country. And in other words, it gives you a face value on creation. They give you this certificate, which basically ensures, hey, thank you for investing with us. We are going to create new money with your money. And this is a documentation saying that thank you for investing, and this is going to be your return. So, of course, they give you the face value upon creation, being, of course, how much that you've invested. Then, depending on how well the currency or the country is going, they give you a certain percentage depending on how your return will look. And then additionally, they give you a maturity date, basically how long before this certificate expires. So, how does this work? The maturity date is important because it considers how much of a yield that you take out when the document expires. So, the average treasury bill usually lasts between 2 and 30 years. This is significant because any notes that are created between 2 years and 10 years are nicknamed notes because they are seen as less invested. So they are less valuable because they give a lesser return before they expire. This is important because, of course, this keys into how long your contract is and how much your yield is going to be. So the yield per annum is basically the coupon value in which you theoretically receive each year that you are invested with them. So the way that we work this out per year is yield per annum times by X being the amount that is on the treasury bill times by the percentage that they've given. So in this case, it would be 1,000 times by 5%. So this is a diagram of 0 to 10 years, and let's imagine it continues down. So at this point, you've just bought it. The next year, you would theoretically get a return of $50. And this would continue down and down and down and down and down until eventually you reached the 30-year mark. And this is significant because this is when you get your final payout, when you give back the certificate. So the way that it works is, of course, you get the total yield that has been developed plus the total value in which you originally invested. Looking like, for this one specifically, $1,000 times by $50 that you've made from the value, times by 30, which is the amount of years that you're invested in, means that you would have a return on your $1,000 of being $2,500.